The largest party of the ruling coalition, Nepali Congress, has decided to proceed with the alliance for the upcoming provincial and parliamentary elections. The decision to continue with the current ruling five-party alliance was taken by the party's Central Working Committee yesterday. Nepali Congress, the party that was most successful in the recently held local level elections, says it expects to do well in the upcoming elections as well and form a stable government that will complete a full 5-year term. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya, Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. Nepali Congress decides to sustain the five-party alliance for the upcoming provincial and parliamentary elections, to hold discussions with other parties in the alliance to form strategies for the polls. State operators, including the President, Prime Minister, Speaker, and parliamentarians, in a state of dilemma regarding the role and functions of the parliament after the announcement of the poll dates. Russian President Vladimir Putin reaches Tehran amid the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. Putin scheduled to meet his Iranian counterpart Ibrahim Raisi and Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan today. And Belgium defeat Italy by a solitary goal to reach the quarterfinals of Women's Euro Cup for the first time. Italy and Iceland crash out of the tournament in the group stage. The largest party of the ruling coalition, Nepali Congress, has decided to contest the upcoming provincial and parliamentary elections with an alliance. Yesterday's meeting of the Central Working Committee of Nepali Congress has decided to sustain the alliance for the provincial and parliamentary election to provide a stable government for the next 5 years. The decision has also been supported by the disgruntled faction of the party. The decision of Nepali Congress to sustain the alliance for the nearing elections is certain to divide the Nepali political sphere in two halves for the polls. The party has decided to prioritize issues of public concern for the election. It has added that the party emerged as the largest in terms of wins in the local level election because of the coalition and will hold discussions with other parties in the alliance to form strategies for the polls. Members of the party who had been expressing their frustrations at Prime Minister and Party President Sherbahadur Deuba for his operation of the party and the government have also expected their concerns to be addressed. The party has also suggested the government to issue a white paper on the current economic status of the country. Meanwhile, in the Central Working Committee, which continued for 4 days, a few leaders aired their statements against the coalition, saying that sustaining the coalition would defeat the party's ideologies. The decision of Nepali Congress is likely to ease the decision-making process for other parties in and outside of the coalition as well. The government is making preparations to declare the date of the provincial and parliamentary elections. The Election Commission has already recommended holding the polls on third week of November. However, the state operators, including the President, Prime Minister, Speaker, parliamentarians, and senior political leaders, are in a state of dilemma regarding the role and functions of the House of Representatives after the announcement of the poll dates. Following the oath of office and secrecy of the Deputy Speaker of the Parliament, the President, Vice President, Prime Minister and Speaker held an unofficial talk regarding the role and functions of the House of Representatives after the announcement of the election dates. As the talk did not reach any consensus, senior political figures decided to consult constitution experts to find an outlet to the dilemma. There are no legal provisions or arrangements regarding the functions of the Parliament after the announcement of the election dates. More than 50 bills are currently stranded at the Parliament. Another major question is regarding the future of these bills. The investigation committee formed to probe into former Finance Minister Janardhan Sharma for alleged tweaking of tax rates during budget preparation has decided to consult experts to study the CCTV footages. Yesterday's meeting of the probe committee held at Singhadarbar has decided to consult IT experts to study the footages from 28th and 29th of June. The committee has already spoken to the Secretary of the Ministry of Finance and chiefs of the Revenue and Customs Department, along with other related officials. The committee is making preparations to interrogate former Finance Minister Sharma as well. Shishir Pachai and Mahesh Swar have been appointed the Chief Executive Officers of Kantipur Television Limited and Kantipur Publications, respectively. Chairman and Managing Director of Kantipur Media Group, Kailash Shiroya, handed the responsibilities to Pachai and Swar yesterday amid two different functions. Pachai was appointed the Chief Executive Officer after Kantipur Television Network declared of issuing the initial public offering (IPO). Newly appointed CEO Pachai had previously served as the CEO of F1 Soft Group. Prior to that, Pachai had been working with Kantipur Media Group for more than 15 years. Likewise, Swar, who had been working as the Assistant General Manager for Kantipur Publications, has more than 2 decades of professional experience. Around 75% of paddy plantation used to be done by the Nepali calendar month of Asar in previous years. However, plantation has been done in only 69% of arable land as the Nepali calendar has reached the month of Shravan this year. The reduced plantation has been attributed to inadequate rainfall in Tarai districts, considered the pocket areas for paddy in Nepal. This has led to the farmers worrying about reduced production this year. Plantation has been completed in only 57% of cultivable land in Madhya Province so far. Of the 405,000 hectares of land in Madhya Province, plantation has been done in 229,000 hectares so far. Land of several farmers have remained barren because of inadequate rainfall. Government officials are concerned about possible reduction in production as plantation has been delayed in the pocket region because of shortage of chemical fertilizers and inadequate rainfall. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, the highest plantation of 87% has been done in Sudur Paschim province. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked people that what should be done to protect public properties. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
समिति मार्फत हामी पहिचान गरौं र त्यो पहिचान गरेर खुलासा गरौं, सार्वजनिक गरौं कि फल्ना व्यक्तिले फल्ना संस्थाले यो हाम्रो यसरी सम्पत्ति सार्वजनिक सम्पत्ति अतिक्रमण गरेर राखेको छ।
उजुरी दिएर त्यो सार्वजनिक सम्पत्तिलाई संरक्षण गर्न हामी सबैको साझा दायित्व।
जनतालाई पनि त्यो विषयमा सार्वजनिक सम्पत्ति संरक्षण विषयमा उनीहरुलाई पनि उत्तरदायित्व बनाउनु पर्यो।
सबैले माया गरी संरक्षण गर्नुपर्छ।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. Why has the implementation of the Common Minimum Program introduced by the coalition government not been effective? Your options are A, prioritizing power, B, ambitious plans, and C, lack of coordination. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
4 of the 6 teams to compete at the Nepal T20 League have been made public. Kantipur, capital of the Kantipur Media Group, will represent Kathmandu in the league. At a program held in Kathmandu yesterday, the organizers of the tournament, Cricket Association of Nepal, made the 4 teams public. Kantipur, capital, was represented by Mahesh Swar. The first edition of the tournament will be competed by Kathmandu, Pokhara, Janakpur Royals, Biratnagar Super Kings, Lumbini All Stars, and Far West. According to the national cricket governing body CAN, the owners of Far West and Pokhara could not attend yesterday's program and therefore would be unveiled in the next few days. CAN has added that the names of the 6 teams and their owners have already been corresponded with the International Cricket Council (ICC). The tournament has already been approved by the ICC. Lumbini is owned by Nepali All Stars USA, Biratnagar is owned by Diamond DG Cap Private Limited India, and Janakpur is owned by Gold Sports Private Limited India. According to CAN President Chatur Bahadur Chand, the tournament will be held in the set timeline. Addressing the program, Kathmandu capital owner Mahesh Swar said that the team was purchased to aid the development of cricket in the country. The tournament will be held between 24th of September and 22nd of October. Member of the T20 League Governing Council and former Indian cricketer Ashok Malhotra has said that the tournament will contribute in upgrading the standards of Nepali cricket. A-grade players will receive a minimum of 1.5 million rupees, B-grade players will receive 1 million rupees, while C-grade players will receive at least 500,000 rupees in the league. CAN has assigned the responsibility of managing the league to the Indian company 7-3 Star. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.